this is my skin. No filter, no makeup, and I need you to look closely at this because a $10 serum did this. Okay, so I know that everyone and their grandmother have been talking about The Ordinary. I've seen all the TikToks, I've seen all the Reddit threads, everything. And I kept scrolling through and just keep seeing this hyaluronic acid. And I'm like, blah, 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 all right, hyaluronic acid, what's new? But here's the thing, I actually used an entire bottle of this hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary. And after using every last drop, I feel like I owe this product a conversation. Because my skin looks different, and not just like, oh, she used a really good moisturizer different, but actually different. Glowy, bouncy, everything. I mean, my mom literally asked me the other day, hey, what is it that you've been using on your skin because it looks so good? And I'm like, it's this $10 serum. Now, before we go any further, I want to address my skin right now. I'm currently not wearing any makeup besides mascara and a little bit of brow gel, but you will see that I have a couple breakouts. That's because I'm currently on my period, and no matter what happens, every time on my period, I have a couple breakouts. We'll address that properly further because I still think it's important to talk about it, but in the meantime, it's noted, let's move on. So today, we're going to be doing a full, honest, no makeup review of the Hyaluronic Acid 2% plus B5 serum from The Ordinary. I'm going to tell you what it actually did for my skin, how to use it, and if it actually works. And I promise by the end of this video, you'll know if you need this product in your skincare routine. Stay with me because also around the middle of the video, I'm going to show you something that happens to my face that's actually going to prove everything I'm saying. Okay, now let me give you some context because I feel like context is the key in skincare. Back in November 2025, my skin was not just dull, it was actually incredibly damaged. A really rough dermatitis period, and if you have ever had dermatitis, you know it's not pretty. My skin was red, it was reactive, it was flaky, just in horrible condition. My skin barrier was so compromised, I didn't even know what I needed to do to recover. So when I started looking for new products to add into my skincare routine, it wasn't coming from like, oh, I want to try something new and glowy and fun. No, I was trying to see what did I need to do to actually recover some health on my skin barrier. Those are two very different starting points, which you might not be at right now, but it is important to know where you stand to see if this or any product will actually work for you. Because when your skin is that stripped and sensitive, you can't just be throwing actives at it or it's literally gonna freak out. I needed something that was genuinely gentle, and I was so over this influencer skincare brands that are super flashy. I wanted to try something that had actual science backing it. That's when I came across The Ordinary. So let's talk about what's actually in this bottle. Before I talk, disclaimer, I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a skin expert, I'm just someone who did a little bit of research. So hyaluronic acid is a humectant. What does that mean? It means its job is to grab water for the skin and hold it in there. And I know it sounds simple, but here's the thing. Hyaluronic acid, it's not something that's necessarily made in a lab. Your skin already produces that naturally. But why do we use it topically in a serum like this if it's already being created in our body? Well, because hyaluronic acid production decreases with age or when you have a very damaged skin barrier like I did. Now, The Ordinary uses something that's called a multi-weight formula. That means that there's different molecular sizes of hyaluronic acid in this product. The larger molecules sit on the surface, giving that plumpy, glowy effect when you put this on, but the smaller molecules penetrate deeper to hydrate in a cellular level. There's actually published research on it, and I'm gonna read for a little bit because I want to make sure I get it right. There's published research supporting that low molecular weight hyaluronic acid specifically improves skin hydration and elasticity at a deeper level than surface-only application. And then this product is mixed with B5, which is a panthenol. This is where it gets really interesting for someone that was in my specific situation, because B5 isn't just a hydrator. It's been studied on its role for skin barrier health and skin barrier repair. It supports the skin's ability to regenerate, reduces inflammation, and helps restore lipid barrier functions. For my skin that was going through a really rough dermatitis period, that was not just a bonus ingredient, it was actually very meaningful in the end. So combined, you have an ingredient that hydrates in multiple layers and an ingredient that actively helps repair your skin barrier. For where my skin was back in November, this combination made a lot of sense. And this cost $10. Do I have to say anymore? And before you guys say anything, I paid this on my own. I actually just bought a new one. This one's empty. I paid this on my own. This is not sponsored by any way, shape, or form. Now, before I actually go into my routine and how I've used this product, I want to ask you something. Drop it in the comments below. Are you team serum first or moisturizer first? Because the answer genuinely matters on how this product will work for you. I'll explain why in just a second, but I'm curious to know, so just drop it below. So here's exactly what I was doing when I introduced introduce this product to my routine and how this context actually helped hyaluronic acid perform for me every single morning, and I mean every morning. I haven't missed a day since November, and that is one of the biggest things: consistency. If you're not consistent with your routine, whether it's complex or simple, nothing is gonna actually work for you. So the first thing that I did every single morning was wash my face. I just used a gentle cleanser, and the key here is to leave your skin a little bit damp, not dry it off completely. Hyaluronic acid needs water to work. So if you put it on completely dry skin, it's not gonna perform at its best. What it's actually gonna do is pull moisture from the deepest layers of your skin, making your skin actually drier. So you wanna apply it immediately on damp skin so you actually lock in that moisture. So then my routine goes cleanse, hyaluronic acid, moisturizer, sunscreen, done. Nothing else. I apply the hyaluronic acid all over my face and neck and just let it dry for around 30 seconds before applying my moisturizer. Then I add my SPF, and then that's it. That's my whole morning. And the results, you guys, came much faster than I expected. By week 3, I could already see the difference. And that tight and uncomfortable feeling that I had all over my face coming off dermatitis was starting to fade away. It wasn't super dramatic at week 3. All skincare needs some time to actually start showcasing some results, but it was enough that I noticed it without actually looking for it, which to me is always a sign that something's working. Then I think around by month 2 or 3, that's when people actually started noticing it on me, and they were like, what are you doing? What is it that you're using? You look so good. Now let me talk about what actually changed on my skin. And I want you to look at my skin while I talk about this, because like I said, I'm not wearing any makeup on my skin. And this is what I mentioned earlier. Yes, you can see a little bit of blemishes on my skin right now. There are hormonal breakouts, and they just happen around every month. I know you girls can relate. And that's just what my cycle does. I actually thought about rescheduling filming this video because I have a couple breakouts right now. But then I thought, actually, no, I just want to be more honest with you. Because even with the breakouts, look at everything else. Look at the texture, the evenness. You can actually see the glow, and I haven't put on any products for a couple hours now. My skin used to be so rough, dehydrated, and texture was just so uneven. Not just like deep texture, but just surface level. It looks so bad. You guys have no idea. And that completely smoothed out after the first, I would say, like 2 months. My skin now feels so good and bouncy. I'm actually so surprised that this product works so well. The second thing, and one of the things I'm most obsessed with, is the actual bounciness of it all. There's this thing called a pinch test, in which you pinch a little bit of your skin and you see how fast it actually comes back. This is an indicator of hydration and elasticity on your skin. My skin snaps back immediately now, not like it did in November. Look at this. It just immediately goes back to its place. It's actually insane. And then the glow. Even on a day like this where my hormones are pretty crazy, it's super dry outside, and I've got breakouts, there's still luminosity and glow and healthiness showing up on my skin. Now, I want to be fair because I actually use other products in my skincare routine, not just this serum. So I can't specifically prove that this hyaluronic acid serum is the thing that made the changes. But here's what I can tell you. This is the only new product I introduced since November, and this is where I actually started seeing a difference on my skin. Everything else stayed the same, so I'm giving this a credit. Now, can I ask you something? If you've tried hyaluronic acid before and it didn't work for you, did you put it on with a fully dry face, or were you applying it when your skin was damp? Because I genuinely think that's the step that most people skip, and then that's what makes a whole difference on if the product's gonna be suitable for you or not. And if you've ever dealt with dermatitis or have really sensitive skin and have found a product that really worked for you, please drop it in the comments below. I'd love to try it. This period for me was genuinely so rough, and I feel like people don't talk about it enough. So let me know how your experience has been. Now, who is this product actually for, and who should maybe look somewhere else? I think genuinely this product is great for someone that's facing dehydrated, dull, tight skin. Regardless of skin type, whether you have oily, combination, or dry skin, I think this product could do you a service if you use it correctly. And I think the key here is that I had really damaged skin, and then this helped me nourish that skin and repair it. So like whether you have eczema, or you had really harsh exfoliation, or had dermatitis like me, I think this product would be really well suited for you. If you have very dry skin though, I think this product by itself won't be enough. You still want a rich moisturizer on top. Remember, this is a hydrator, not a moisturizer. What I like is that if you have sensitive skin, this ingredient list is very, very minimal, which was actually a huge selling point for me because there wasn't too much to react to. It's a big part of why I trusted it over other brands that just had different ingredients that I couldn't recognize, and I was scared that they were gonna irritate my skin ever more. The only downside is that this product does feel a little bit sticky right after you put it on. Like 30 seconds though. Once you put your moisturizer on top, that stickiness completely goes away. So just give it a moment to absorb before you continue on to the next step of your routine. And the fact that I finished the whole bottle, to me, that's the biggest endorsement that you can give a product. Because trust me, I have a graveyard of half-used skincare products that just did not work for me. This one I used every single day and I completely ran out, and like you can see, I just bought a brand new one. So that's my honest, no makeup, honest, period breakouts and all review of the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid 2% plus B5 serum. If your skin has been through something or just been feeling dull and dehydrated, I think the $10 this product costs is definitely worth the try. I want to know what you think about this in the comments. Have you ever tried this? Are you dealing with something similar in your skin right now? Tell me below. I genuinely read every comment. I'm a very small channel, so I'm super curious about what you guys think I should try or what has been your experience so far. And like I said, if you're new here, hi, my name is Regina. I'm very glad this video found you. My channel is pretty new and honestly, it's still in definition. I do a little bit of everything, skincare, beauty, lifestyle, blogs, but I'm very excited to make content that genuinely feels like me and things that I genuinely want to talk about. Like I said, this is not a sponsored video. No one is paying me to do this. I genuinely love this product and I want to share my experience because, like I said, dermatitis is something that I feel like we don't talk about enough. And when I was going through it, it was really hard to find like creators or just people talking about that and what they did to recover after that. So I genuinely want to do something that can help other people or just something nice to put out there. Just me, it's my channel. If it sounds like the kind of thing you'd be into, I'd love to have you subscribe and support me so that I know that I'm doing something that's interesting. And if this sounds like your kind of thing, you can also follow me on Instagram and see more of my content. You can find me as @Regina_HC_, where I put out more stuff like this more constantly. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.